One love, Delta9 travelers, welcome in to the International Digital Connection. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live. Now, on your way in, it costs you nothing to thumbs up this live presentation before you forget, because listen, we got a jam-packed presentation for you. The Attorney General came out and decided to give us some insights on the views connected to what's going on with the CCJ. We're going to get into those insights right here on this live. Plus, the leader of the opposition is here as usual, out and about, highlighting some unthinkable details about the hurdles that persons are facing in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. And we're going to be highlighting those details on this live. Among other details, we're going to get a diagnosis coming in straight from the Honorable Dr. Hinds as well. Look, jam-packed presentation. And it's about to begin right now. So make sure you thumbs up the live. And if you're subscribe, buddy. It don't cost you nothing at all for subscribe, but it can keep you connected with everything that's trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. Let's start getting into these details. And one of the things that I would have learned over time, you understand? Something that has always helped to propel anything that I am doing, that I would have learned in media when I was doing sound engineering, the fact that I had to work with a lot of different artists from all over the world. When I was in school and they sent you to internships, you understand? I started to realize that there's this feeling that you would get. Well, some persons is call it the zone, or some persons is call it just tapping into that energy, that authentic part of yourself, right? And I came across this video that was shining some insights on that. So I gotta share it so persons could realize just how powerful and how important it is to be you. You can't be nobody else, and nobody else could never be authentically, originally you. And guess what? There's scientific proof to show that that's a very empowering frequency. Let me hear these details, because trust me, it's very insightful and inspiring. Grand rising to all of those who are a part of the live right now. Be yourself. Be yourself. Let me hear these details.
It's fortunate you didn't get as miseducated as they made me, where I had to turn around and relearn everything that they taught me the wrong way in order to go the right way. The pituitary gland, they say, is your master gland. It controls all the functions in your body. I say nothing could be further from the truth. Your minor gland would be your pituitary gland. Your basic gland is your pineal gland. Some people call it pineal. I understand it's pine cone shape, called pineal gland. The pineal gland is the gland that produces melanin. And wherever you have melanin in your body, you're going to function differently than a person with little or none. And the grade of your melanin will help you to do things that other people can't. And when you're beginning to function with your melanin, then you can begin to adapt to magnetic fields. Hear it broken down. I'm giving it to you a different way now. Magnetic fields, electrical fields, and orgone fields. Without that, you cannot adapt to all three. You may adapt to one, the lowest of all, electrical fields. Our problem here nowadays is elves. And I'm not talking about the one in the hollow earth. I'm not talking about the one in the fairy tales, because elves, not elves, are killing you. Elves is extra low frequency, which is electrical propagations, electrical energy. That is what short circuits you. That's what's causing you to AIDS. That's what's causing your cells to AIDS. That is our biggest problem here. And they're building up more and more towers everywhere.
So the extreme low frequency is breaking we down. What's the frequency that is empower us? What's the frequency that has helped to make us, a bit more able to deal with this human experience? Here, some of these details.
Human body.
Make sure you watch this to the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
A new study just recently came out that was able to measure which emotion produces the most powerful frequency out of the human body, and it wasn't love. This emotion was 4,000 times stronger than love.
Stronger than love.
The study is called the Spain Scale of Emotion Research Project, and that's spelled SPANE. In this research project, they were able to gather 25,000 subjects and put them all in the room, where they were able to take instruments that could measure the frequencies being emitted from the human body. And these instruments were so precise that they could isolate different emotions that humans were experiencing based off of the frequency that was being emitted from their bodies. These instruments were so precise that they were able to isolate the differences between anger, frustration, passion, joy, arousal, sadness, any emotion you could think of. And the most powerful emotion that was detected by these instruments was authenticity. The frequency that authenticity emitted through the human body was 4,000 times stronger than that the frequency emitted from love.
Yeah.
True power comes from being your authentic self. And now this is scientifically proven. So the key to raising your vibration is loving yourself enough to be real, to be authentic, to tell the truth, to believe in what you say, to believe in yourself.
I'm going to take this moment to shout out my mom and thank her for giving me the opportunity to be my authentic self. You understand? As creative as I am, as wacky as I could be, she always would persuade me in that direction and rising power to my father, you know, who would have given me these same privileges. Be yourself, buddy. Be you. And you see, scientifically proven, it's empowering. Don't let nobody tell you that you're lesser than for being you. You gotta be like nobody else. But let me jump into some more headlines. That's another channel and another video. I tell you, there's a whole lot of different kinds of content we could present right here on Delta9 Media. Big up to all the travelers. Authenticity. Be yourself. Don't let nobody make you feel like if you're lesser than because you're being yourself. It's empowering. Don't let it take your power away. One you, one life. Big up yourself to all the travelers. Right now, as we start to jump into the local headlines, bringing the cruise to a different altitude as we analyze what's going on in Guyana. Big up to all the persons on the live right now. Let me jump into some of these troubling headlines coming from right in the rum belts. Let me hear what's going on right now.
Four people were injured Monday night after an altercation along the West Front Road escalated into gunfire, police said. The incident reportedly stemmed from an altercation involving a vehicle that had turned into an area near the Guyana Geological Mines Commission location in West Rumvelt and narrowly missed a child who was playing with other children. Police said preliminary investigations revealed that two women, ages 26 and 31, were seated along West Front Road when an altercation developed between them and a 48-year-old security guard of Ben Street, working Ross Georgetown. During the altercation, the security guard reportedly discharged several rounds from a firearm in his possession. Nikita Austin was shot in her right foot and left leg and was treated at the hospital before being discharged. Her sister Ava remains hospitalized with gunshot wounds to her left ankle and upper left leg. Austin's 15-year-old son was grazed during the shooting, while a neighbor also sustained gunshot injuries. Nikita and her sister Luciana Austin recounted the ordeal.
The tint of black car pull up. Have like, he come out. He Mrs. Man, you just miss knock him that so. As she said that, he start cuss up. So she starts to big man like you want to be influence alcohol or what. He starts to girl, you know who's me, you know who's me. He jump on the phone and call a patrol or whatever. Everybody patrol them meet as yet or nothing. She back and forth. He just put a gun to his side. Crank it. As he crank it, my son end up running over. All the big you don't see you got cheering there, you can't pull in gun. As my son said, the man told hey, don't talk to me, pussy. And I told all the big man, humble yourself, no man, is a child talking to you. He give me one chuck. As he give me one chuck, my big belly sister, my brother-in-law, approach to you and try talking to you. The man don't want ear though. The man take the gun now and do boy. I try to run, but as I run, I can pick up the first one. As I run around the car again, close to the road, I pick up the second one. When I notice it's black out, I get it. When I open back my eye, I notice my sister running for her life, my son running for everybody start getting scatter all over. Man can jump in the car, the door open, and pull off.
And after, when she start vision the car, he jump out the vehicle, he started to cuss her. After they two the class questioning, she was still videoing. When she still videoing in the car and in, he lashed the phone out to her and felt a slap with a cup. So them two continue thinking and they start firing shots.
My sister get hit? Who is sister get hit?
Yes, the first person that hit is my big sister. It's Nikki's mama like us. She's the first one get hit. All she just all it burning. When she do collapse in the middle of the road, I attend to her. When I attend to her, he was running behind the next sister, licking shots behind her. When he licking shots behind she run in the yard and the gate bounced her back. This is how she ended up getting to pick up the shots there. So I cannot say who else get hit.
The family is calling for justice, alleging that the suspect fired indiscriminately during the confrontation and put the lives of people in the area at risk. The driver of the vehicle, who was captured on video, fled the scene after the shooting. The 48-year-old man was subsequently contacted at a private hospital where he was receiving medical attention for an injury he received. His condition is also listed as stable. The firearm involved in the incident was identified as a licensed Glock 19 pistol, for which the 48-year-old security guard is a licensed firearm holder. The firearm, along with 2 magazines containing a total of 27 live 9mm rounds of ammunition, was retrieved and lodged. Police said one.
There gotta be more to this. How all of them rounds is fired from a licensed firearm holder and then he just leave the scene? Did the police come before he left the scene? Was he injured and that was the reason he had to seek medical attention so he left the scene? What really going on? What really going on in Guyana? There's a protocol to these type of things. You can't just let off wrongs indiscriminately, allegedly. License or no license. As we heard right there were children close by. And who knows that area is always people all over the place. You ain't living too far, buddy. You could consider these persons your little far off neighbors, your sisters. And then, why we treating one another so? Why the altercation? Why the confrontation? We value one another life? It's rough, you know. This thing called road rage is real. It's crazy. Trust me, we're going to bring all the updates coming in from this. Let's see what's going to become of this firearm holder and what's going to become of this incident right here. Is it going to go further? Are they going to pursue charges? Are any charges going to be placed on this person? Will he continue to have this license? Listen, subscribe, because we're going to be following this one close. We can bring you the updates as long as there are updates on it. Listen, let's jump into these details right now, coming from the leader of the opposition, highlighting this about what's going on in our country.
I am presently visiting the nation's children and their parents. We are in Plantation Golden Grove on the East Bank. Some of the residents are living here as long as 4 years, some 3 years, some 2 years. And these residents are living without water, without electricity, no drainage, as you can see. Excuse me? Yeah. No water. But okay. In the world's fastest growing economy, from years 2020 to 2026, a total of $6 trillion budget. And yet, this community and so many other communities don't have access to water. Water is life. This is a violation of our fellow brothers and sisters, their human rights. This is a violation of their human rights. Yet, President Ali
that is going on right now, with persons going around to different villages talking about this, talking about that, talking about they're going to implement this and implement that. How come something as simple as portable water and electricity, they can't rectify it? You ain't got to do no big set of talking and no meet and greet and all of that. Just do the work of the people, put these things in place. The funds is there to get it done, you know?
is parading around the country, trying to fool people and distract persons from this MV Barima tragedy about model housing initiative. What model housing initiative you are talking about when this community don't have water, don't have electricity, and no drainage? And yet the children, they made so many reports to the Ministry of Education. The children, they're not going to school. We have so many children here. The Ministry of Education are deaf ears. So, sir, you're living in here. What are some of the hardships you're facing in this community?
The first thing is that as a parent, I'm very, very concerned about the children, right? We have made so much report to the Ministry of Education concerning the children. It's over 2 years now these children go to school. All these children here go to school. The parents cannot afford to pay the cost for these children to go to school, to and from school. Transportation. Right? They was on the Sidam, and because they come in here, they was relocated here, just bring here and just throw just like that and leave. It seems just like no one cares, right? So we are asking the government to do something about these children because they is the future of tomorrow. They are the future of tomorrow. I mean, if they mean grow and get and work, me can't get me NIS, me can't get pension. Right? Me have to get me pension from them. When they grow and pay their tax, so I gonna get my pension. So if they are not going to school, they wouldn't have the education to seek a proper job. And therefore they wouldn't be able to pay the tax what is supposed to be paid. Right? So I'm asking the government to come and do something. Please. Number 2.
Water.
Water. We need more water. We need more water. The 2 tanks of water, sometimes they bring 1.
No one.
Right? Sometimes everybody get quarter tank.
They never put it full.
Sometimes persons get none at all.
1 second. You need to explain. What I want to know, you have meters in here?
No.
Good.
No
so therefore you have no access to water in here. Good.
Right.
So explain so that the government can understand that they're failing the people.
Right. Water is one of the main things in life. It's the main thing in life. We need water. Please. The toilet and the bathroom program, what they have. It's over 2 years now. And every 2-3 months they're changing contractor. They have persons on to know he have the toilet and bathroom, right? Maybe if you see the bush over there, I don't think you could walk in the bush over that side because there's a toilet. Because long ago we call it shit and shy. It's that was happening, right? That was happening, and it's so sad. It's so sad. It's not that persons don't want to build their own septic, right? But they cannot afford it. They cannot afford it. And the government program, it's moving like a turtle. It's moving like a turtle. So I don't know what more to ask. You hear? Because it's everywhere you turn, you have needs. There is needs. So persons have to come in here and do what they have to do.
No problem.
They're promising, and nothing. It's just like if we are behind God back.
So once again, we have so many communities without water, without electricity, yet residents, it's not like if they're getting these lands free. I average, if we have 1,000 house lots in this area, and the average of 500,000 per house lot, that is $500 million. That money should have used to develop the infrastructural work. You just can't come and, and tell citizens, oh, you go and start build. How you building and you don't have water, you don't have electricity? How you expect persons to live like this? So once again, I'm calling on the government, I'm calling on the president. Before you parade yourself around the country, come into these communities. Well, exactly, walk around and visit these residents and see the hardships they are facing. Let's start with this first. Let's ensure they get the water and the electricity, drainage. And Minister Sonia Parag, we have so many children in this community. I would like you to ensure that you send a representative and ensure that these children, they must go to school.
Yes, when it's election time, Mr. Kwame, and thing coming here, so they tell everybody and give you toilet and bathroom, they can help you, they can build the road, they can give you water, they can give you light. Since the election finished, you never see Baki coming for ask nobody, nothing. Understand? When the rain fall, flooding out the whole place, water they all over. The trench them blocking up, smelling stink, and we got turn around the environment here. So yeah, please come and assist me. We don't go in on the bucket and healthy. Right? Anybody else would like to say something about this toilet and the drainage and them thing? Anybody else? Yeah, look.
Where go press?
I'm not press nothing.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am a Guyanese. I am born from Morocco. My family, this is my mother, my family, my daughter, and everybody. And when the day before the election, they come to me home. I was there from before. And the day for the election, I believe it's the minister, I can't remember his name. He come home the day before the election, for Saturday, for Sunday, and he talked to all of we. He said, we must invite everybody to my house. He come and share out a little bag with a jersey, I believe, no, inside.
A red jersey?
Yes, a red jersey and a hat. They only want them bring. And he promised we. He said we must vote for him, and this how we go help we. He said I talked to him. He said what the country now we live in. Yeah. And he said he promised me, so I go come collect all of you tomorrow in the bus. So the next day come and collect me. We going for vote, and up to today, and the man never come back to me no more. And he tell me, I tell him my house, Mr. Watch my house condition. I need everybody. I go get house, I go get road, I go get water, and up to today, I never see back the people no more.
I'm telling you, the only thing you ever come with is a red hat and a red jersey. And you never see back no more after the elections. Isn't that blatant disrespect? That's blatant disrespect, buddy. Because look how these persons gotta live. And that's why I keep highlighting these things. It's not right. If you look at these statistics for Guyana on paper, is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. That means that something is going on in the leadership, the persons that are in charge of the resources. Something is going on.
Just about the water, it's come through water sometimes. Right now, I don't got no water in my house. No water. And the only neighbor every day telling me, I go come back here for some water, come in, no water. This my daughter, she applied about 4 years for house lot, and up to now, nothing up to now yet. She promised she land, she have 2 kids, one.
Like Kwame.
Baby now. Just about this girl, the promise she about your house, then go help, and up to now we said for nobody. How long we be asking this big man what we do here, how we can get for speak to you inside here for see what you go help you with. Because you tell what the condition how we live in. Every time you see we rainfall, we house leaking. Look, mommy, when rainfall this week, the last month, we house half with water inside. We got to sleep just because we don't got more better thing to do. We don't got money for build a black house. Who got money, them afford to do it. But if we don't got, we can afford. The little money what we getting is only for buy food.
He promise
and promise.
And he no come more for get the material for get nothing. Then when I come and they pass me how, me last everything.
Yes.
Everything for the water on. Yeah.
Well, Kwame McCoy take after his president. Because the president and the PPP government, they tricked everyone in this country. They made so many promises to the people here in Golden Grove. And a year passed. A year passed, no water, no electricity, no drainage.
But that's only one time.
No road. Look at the road, yeah, no road. Look. Road.
Then the truck them pass with the sand with curtain, that beer dust.
Yeah.
So they bring me a don't feel like this old. Don't forget what we live in dream. Remember other places.
When we're in a fall, we want water.
Slow down, Mr. Mohamed. The whole front foot break. You can't walk properly to look for a job. He used to work when he did the accident. He can't work now because accident caused.
Well, good. We want water. We got children. We got dig hole. And here, so forget water. Brown water. Brown water. Then my when the water man come, you throw 2 lines.
Yeah.
1, 2, here, so you go away. Water done. Next week you come next Monday. I will not see it before 4 Monday.
What level of poverty and oppression are we witnessing right here, buddy? People got bathed with mud, with trench water, no electricity. Where's the model village conversation that's going on? Doesn't make any sense. You're going around and playing a game, but you're doing this model village and look at this and this is coming and this, that, and the third. You hear what person's highlighting for those who swallowing the padlock and taking the dream as reality. You hear what person's highlighting. The only thing they ever get is a hat and a red t-shirt and nothing more. I'm telling you, it's good to hear these hurdles highlighted by the very people that are affected. So they can't say, oh, people are making up these stories and all of these kind of things. You can hear directly from the people that are affected. Let's hope that some amount of solution comes to all of these problems that they're facing. Why y'all can't go and set up the water system and put the funds where it need to go? It's so sad when you think about these things, you know. Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now as we jump in to some more headlines. Very important and trending headlines right now. Thanks to all of those that are live with us. If you haven't already, Delta9 travelers, thumbs up the live. Hit that thumbs up button. It truly costs you nothing to do so. As we continue to analyze what's going on with the CCJ.
Justice. Leaked internal emails reportedly show a major dispute between CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson and several of the court's own judges. According to the reporting, 5 of the 6 other sitting judges raised concerns about his leadership. More seriously, judges reported raised concerns about attempts to influence how decisions were handled, disagreements over court procedure, and an increasingly toxic environment inside the CCJ. Now, none of this proves that any specific ruling was improperly decided, but these allegations are coming from the judges inside the Caribbean's highest court themselves. And that matters enormously for Guyana. The CCJ is Guyana's final court of appeal. There's no higher place to go. The court has defended its independence and warned that private judicial discussions can be misrepresented when taken out of context. But allegations this serious deserve transparency. Because regardless of politics or any individual case, Guyanese need to trust that the highest court deciding our most important legal questions is independent, impartial, and functioning properly. Something
telling you, as we analyze these details, it's best for we hear the most recent updates coming in from the Attorney General on these matters. Let's hear what the AG had to say about the recent developments in the CCJ.
Trinidad and Tobago have all issued a joint statement, and I want to share this statement with you. The heads of the Judiciary of Barbados, the Bahamas, Belize, Guyana, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago, which subscribe to the original and or appellate jurisdictions of the Caribbean Court of Justice, have taken note of recent public reports concerning internal correspondence and matters relating to the administration and functioning of the Caribbean Court of Justice. The Caribbean Court of Justice occupies a position of profound importance as a regional institution and within the regional judicial architecture. For those states which have acceded to its appellate jurisdiction, it is the final court of appeal. And for most of the states of the Caribbean community, it is the court of original jurisdiction, vested with the powers to adjudicate on matters involving the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. Its authority, like that of all courts, rests upon the public confidence in the independence, impartiality, integrity, and competence of its judges. We do not consider it appropriate to comment upon the merits of the statements or allegations attributed to individual judges, nor upon matters arising within the internal deliberative or administrative processes of the court. However, we express grave concern about the breach of confidentiality which resulted in the disclosure of what appeared to be internal communications. We remain confident in the Caribbean Court of Justice as a vital regional judicial institution and in the commitment of its judges to the principles which underpin the administration of justice throughout the Caribbean. The heads of judiciary have reaffirmed their commitment to the independence of all regional judiciaries, the institutional integrity of the Caribbean Court of Justice, and the enduring importance of maintaining public trust and confidence in the courts of the region. This is a statement that demonstrates respect, sobriety, and maintains the sacrosanct aura that ought to attach to a matter of such grave importance. The tone of this statement, the content of this statement demonstrates judicial rectitude and restraint, becoming of the institutions from which this statement emanates. Listen to the crucial paragraph. We do not consider it appropriate to comment upon the merits of the statements or allegations attributed to individual judges, nor upon matters arising within the internal deliberative or administrative process of the court. However, we express grave concern about the breach of confidentiality which resulted in the disclosure of what appears to be internal communications. I leave that for the intelligent minds, the objective minds.
It operates as an independent court.
Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. PA, thanks for being a part of the live. PA saying they should reserve. Big up to all of the travelers right now. PA saying they should reserve osmosis water purification systems installed in every poor community. Yeah, there should be some kind of systems where, you know, because there's ways to rectify these things, but we are asking yourself how come and why nothing is being done, you know? Why is nothing being done about this?
And I will read that statement as well. The Bar Council of the Bar Association of Guyana has noted with grave concern media reports concerning the leak of internal correspondence among the judges of the Caribbean Court of Justice. The Caribbean Court of Justice, as Guyana's final appellate court and the only court vested with jurisdiction to interpret and apply the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, must remain a bastion of justice in the Caribbean. Its institutional integrity must therefore be respected, protected, and preserved. Internal correspondence and deliberations within the court are and must remain confidential. By itself, the act of disclosing such correspondence, not its content, risks bringing the administration of justice into disrepute. The legal profession expects and respects robust discussion among the members of the court. The unauthorized disclosure of internal correspondence to the media would constitute a gross breach of confidence and a serious dereliction of duty by any person responsible. The Bar Council believes the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, as the leader of the court, should be afforded sufficient latitude to articulate and implement a vision for the court and the principles governing its administration with due regard to the Code of Judicial Conduct of the Caribbean Court of Justice. The Bar Council expresses no view on the substance of the matters raised in the correspondence. A statement that is equally sober, a statement that doesn't delve into the merits or demerits of the exchange between or among the judges. A statement that commendably stay clear of being dragged into that exchange, and a statement, I believe, that asserts the respect, the continuing respect for the court and its processes. You will note the similarity in tone and content.
I made these comments since last October, I think it was. No, sorry. It's in this year, sorry. Last October is when I met him before. But it was in this year before the Mohamed case.
So, where do you see a parallel between the concerns raised about
PA saying a patriot is a person who loves their country and all of its people, regardless of phenotype. Big up yourself, PA, and thanks for dropping those insights in there for us to analyze. Marcia is saying it's good for them. Year go, year come, these Amerindians and some black people, PPP fooling them. I telling you. Let me just hope that these persons get some sense finally and start to realize what's going on and stand on business and put the right persons in these positions of power. You know? Paulette, thanks for being a part of the live presentation. Legal aliens, have a blessed day. Big up yourself. Paulette, thanks for being a part of this presentation and moderation on the live. Janet, grand rising to you. Thanks for being a part of the live. Let me hear Lil Mo, because it was a lengthy presentation that Honorable Mr. Norton would have presented. So we're going to get into a part that we didn't cover from the last live.
Ensuring that there's a wider market, economies of scale, and a number of other things that I think will redound to the benefit of CARICOM. So because of this incident, I don't want to say CARICOM is dead. CARICOM will always have problems. And really and truly, the task is to reform the CCJ so it operates as an independent court and is insulated from governments in the Caribbean so that it can serve the citizens of the Caribbean without them having to worry that they could be bribed, they could be influenced. I'm one who say regularly, I cannot be bribed, nobody could bribe me, and I live by that. And even with this matter, I dealt with it on principle. I didn't care much about the other things. And so I would say, let's reform, but save it as an institution. Because the very politics in a place like Guyana will demand that you need another level of appeal. Right now in Guyana, if you go to the courts, you're 99% sure that once the issue has politics in it, the courts will rule in favor of the government. And to the extent that there is the Caribbean Court of Justice, it could be an impartial arbiter if it operates as such. The problem is some people seem to be compromising the integrity of the Caribbean Court of Justice by getting it involved in the politics of particular countries, and that, I have no doubt, is militating negatively against the Caribbean Court of Justice. But that in itself shouldn't be taken as something for to be anti-integration. I believe integration has positives. Integration produces positives. Concomitantly, it produces negatives. It is our task to accentuate the positives and attenuate the negatives so that we can develop a Caribbean region that produces and is successful.
And Mr. Norton, my last question. I know that some countries have been saying that we're not going to join the CCJ. We're going to hold on to the Privy Council, but then we are Guyana, about the countries. We are observing emancipation, the abolition of slavery, We have been fighting for reparatory justice and so on. When things like these happen, do you believe that there is a setback for these fights that other leaders are pushing for when it comes to reparatory justice and so on?
Let me put it this way. I am a believer that law must reflect society and culture. Even when I was listening to the Caribbean Court of Justice rulings in the elections cases in Guyana, it was clear to me that many of them didn't understand the Guyana system. They are more knowledgeable of the systems in their countries, which are similar. But in our case, it was totally different. And I think our lawyers failed to give the cultural context. Now, having said that, all the Caribbean countries will have different cultural contexts. But as a general Caribbean, there's some general contents.
A lot of general context that will connect us all, because remember, it's a general culture. And the doctor got a special diagnosis and analysis that he's giving on that we're going to get into a little late in the live presentation coming through from Honorable Dr. Hinds. But guess what? It's time for we start to analyze what's going on with the MV Barima. Remember, we forgetting what's going on with these headlines, you know. We're going to keep these headlines always on the front burner. These are some of the new developments.
Imagine being trapped in an engine room that's just filling with toxic exhaust. The gauges in front of you are screaming 200 degrees, and the ship's main power connection has completely fried.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad disaster movie, right? But it was actually the reality aboard the MV Barima months before it tragically sank in July.
Right. And welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a breaking report from HGP Nightly News, and they just uncovered these internal records exposing a whole timeline of critical defects on that vessel.
Yeah, so our mission today is to analyze these handwritten documents. They date from November 2025 to March 2026. We really need to unpack the mechanical and electrical warning signs that preceded the disaster.
Because we need to understand what was known and actually documented before this ship went down.
Exactly. And to get a clear picture of this systemic collapse, I mean, we really need to start with the electrical grid.
Right. So on November 28th, they were docked at the Port Kaituma landing, and the vessel suffered this massive incident.
Yeah, the lights went out completely. A connecting wire inside the changeover panel just burled out.
And that's not just like a simple blown fuse, right?
Oh, far from it. The changeover panel is, well, it's the absolute bottleneck for power on a vessel like this. It switches power from the shore current to the ship's internal generators.
So when that connector was destroyed,
it severed their ability to ever draw safe power from the shore. They were suddenly forced to rely entirely on their own internal generators to keep things running.
Wow. Which brings us to the handwritten reports from just 2 days later, on November 30th.
Right.
If they're relying on their generators, well, the documentation shows the #1 generator was actually flagged as completely out of service.
Yeah, because of a broken water pump.
So their fallback power is already crippled. I mean, it's like ignoring multiple red check engine lights on your dashboard all at once.
That is a great way to put it. The strain just cascades rapidly from there. I mean, the shore chief engineer specifically marked these November 30th reports as urgent.
Urgent. Okay, so what else was failing?
Well, alongside the dead generator, the port main engine heat exchanger was overheating. It was hitting temperatures of 197 to 203 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wait.
These are some of the leaked documents of some of the things that was really going on with the MV Barima. So when persons coming through and they're saying things like this,
the boat was not overloaded by passengers or by cargo. There was no engine problem or any mechanical problem.
how deceitful is that conversation and how disrespectful is it as well, because we're talking about the lives of more than 100 persons. Condolences to their family members and loved ones, right? And these are some of the leaked reports, the information that came out. Let me hear some more of these details.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second here.
Yeah.
A burnt wire, a broken water pump. Doesn't that just sound like standard wear and tear for a massive ship?
You would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, mechanics fix these things every day. It's hard to draw a straight line from, a faulty heat exchanger to a sunken ship and 73 recovered bodies.
Well, in isolation, yes, parts break. But you're missing the redundancy aspect. The heat exchanger is essentially the ship's radiator.
Okay.
When it hits 200 degrees, the engine can't cool itself. That warps the metal, and you risk a total stall in open water.
Ah, I see. And you combine that with the fact that the primary backup power of the generator is already dead.
Exactly. And to top it all off, a leaking exhaust on the starboard engine was pumping toxic gas directly into the engine room.
That is terrifying.
Right. You've lost your safety net, and the environment itself is becoming too dangerous for the crew to even attempt fixing the remaining systems.
It's like trying to run a marathon while breathing through a straw and having 104-degree fever. The systems aren't just damaged independently. They're actively choking each other out.
That's exactly it. The disaster we saw in July wasn't caused by one sudden, unforeseeable break. It was the normalization of deviance.
Right, when a status of urgent becomes your daily operating baseline. The system has already failed before the ship even leaves the dock, hasn't it?
Yeah. The ship's vital organs were failing simultaneously, putting immense strain on whatever components were left functioning.
And the cost of that normalization is just devastating. When the MV Barima finally sank, there were an estimated 179 people on board.
It's horrific.
So far, 73 bodies have been recovered, with 69 positively identified. Those handwritten warnings weren't just about preserving machinery.
No, not at all. They were the final barrier between those passengers and a catastrophic failure.
Right.
Which is why taking an analytical look at this matters to you, the listener, whether you're managing a complex database, working in aviation, or just trying to understand how massive institutions fail.
Because ignoring the root causes of systemic strain doesn't buy you time. It just guarantees a collapse.
Precisely. You have to heed the early warnings.
So as you digest all of this today, ponder this question on your own. When a clear, undeniable paper trail of urgent, life-threatening defects is generated, at what point does delayed maintenance cross the line from bureaucratic inefficiency into inevitable catastrophe?
I'm telling you, that's something that we got to consider. Because how could a person that got all of those details and those reports and all of them things really come out and face the public and tell we this?
The boat was not overloaded by passengers or by cargo. There was no engine problem or any mechanical problem. Even the survivors who made videos from the hospital, they're telling you what happened. And it had nothing to do with overload and boat taken in water. It had to do with the tide. Please be advised that the MV Barima is licensed to carry 284 tons of cargo. The cargo manifest shows that we had 268 tons.
They really and truly take the Guyanese populace for fools. Here I tell you.
Is Mr. Stefan Skittle. Well, I didn't get the name how it come across. It sounded like the people say your last name is Skittle. I didn't want to just come out and say it, but this is a search for the truth. If your last name is Skittle, it's Skittle. So Mr. Skittle, if I spell it wrong, please let me know. I'm not insulting nobody. Mr. Skittle, I made to understand, is the traffic manager, right? Now, the traffic manager is in charge of one of the people that get charged for murder and all this stuff except for the mariners, right? The mariners, Mr. Erskine is in charge of them. The same man that's prepared the report that they seem to have not seen about all the problems on the MV Barima before it had to sink, right?
Okay.
So, Mr. Skittle, the traffic manager. So they charge his subordinates, right? But they sent home this traffic manager because, again, anybody that seemed able to give evidence against the minister or any officials, they get sent home. Now, this traffic manager, he gets sent home, but you see, under him, they have inspectors. Now, these inspectors just go and double check. They have a system at Transport and Harbors where they go and double check the ticket, the freight, right? So they issue something called a deck freight note. which is they'll go and verify the cargo. You say you got 6 bag, you check 6 bag go on the boat. So there's the people as far under the traffic manager, right? Who's a key man in the investigation. He's a man could tell you who call and say overload the boat, put the extra thing. He can get the WhatsApp message. He can say, your minister, tell me this, or this person, tell me that. They send him home on administrative leave immediately after this accident happened. But it get more interesting. So I made to understand they have 2 people what is do this inspection, go and check the ticket and the freight and stuff. And the names that have been given to me, allegedly, one of them is called Michelle Reed. And allegedly, the next person name is Volda Willis. Now, allegedly, Miss Volda Willis, she's one of the people that was supposed to check the freight and ticket and double check these things. So arguably, supposedly supposed to be one of the people in jail, because they even lock up people that wasn't on the boat for murder. So you would expect they would have, the net would include some of these people, but I made to understand that Ms. Volda Willis is a member of the minister's congregation, because he's not just a minister, but he's also a bishop. So Volda Willis is a member of One Edge's congregation. Someone even referred to her, not someone, a few people referred to her as Edge's daughter-in-law. So I was made to understand, I don't know if it's a current relationship or a past relationship, but she was allegedly in a relationship with one of his sons for some time. And she's a member of his congregation. And she ended up being one of the inspectors that's supposed to be inspecting the MV Barima under the traffic manager. So they sent home the traffic manager on administrative leave, Stefan Shettel. And then somehow, one of the inspectors who was supposed to be inspecting that boat to make sure it didn't go overloaded or without too many people on the manifest, she somehow ended up getting promoted to acting traffic manager. I mean, I'd love if Mr. Edge would come and just say that I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. But it seemed like the woman who was supposed to be inspecting, verifying, whatever, she get promoted, and the man who they got the evidence and whatever, they send him home. So by the time the commission of inquiry shape up to ask the traffic manager any questions, well, he's no longer there. Who is there? One of Edge's congregation members and close associates, it would seem. But ain't that funny? All right? So the person who inspected was not fired but promoted, and the person who was not working that could have given evidence was sent home. And the main witnesses on the boat that could have given evidence to say that higher up officials is who forced them to overload the boat with cargo and people, they were charged for murder. They're not given main witness statement. How do you conclude an investigation before you have started it? Are you not on a witch hunt? If there's an accident that happens, and before I investigate, raise the vessel from the ocean, count the number of bodies, investigate every single system that went wrong, I decide that these 5 people are murderers. Isn't the whole commission of inquiry now just to find evidence to support your foregone conclusion? How the blood clot could that be a proper investigation? And why is it leaving so many of these names off? Why haven't I heard the REO's name called once, even though he has so many times been accused of being instrumental in overloading that vessel and sending those people to their deaths? Why is it that this government seems so obsessed with exclusively finding black scapegoats? I don't mind the color of the scapegoat, but this is a multicultural corruption problem here. How y'all only find one set of people to throw in jail, and you reject the notion that this is a decidedly racist, kleptocratic administration? Very interesting. So, what else did I find out? Okay, so Indar versus Edge, right? So I made to understand that, Indar was minister within the Ministry of Public Works, right? But they had problem between he and Edge, allegedly, all this allegedly, because somehow they end up signing checks that Edgel they want to sign, and I don't know if they had anything with any draw forward or draw back. You know, I have a lot of drawing. You have a lot of creative ministers in this place, but something to do with drawing, and somebody wasn't getting to draw, and then they split them up. So they put in there public utilities and aviation. They got responsibility for maritime, and they give Edgel, well, I was told to give you the poor thing, because transport and harbors don't make money, and they put in there where you could make money, maritime and things. All these ships just have to pay fees when they come in, whatever. These people in the same building, but they got different portfolios and they got overlaps between them. But as far as I'm concerned, both parties bear responsibility, because Marit's supposed to be implementing certain things. There's a man named a harbor master. A harbor master is the person that's supposed to determine whether the vessel go and get repairs and stuff. You know, so in the same way, are you saying that if a hospital collapses, if something goes wrong structurally with a hospital, that you're going to charge the doctor for murder? Should the doctor go into their own pocket and repair the hospital? The other day I surveyed, I knew someone that was in male surgical at Best Hospital, and when I went to visit the gentleman, I saw the door to neonatal ward where babies are, young, precious babies being at neonatal ward. And what did I see? I saw cracks in the wall and evidence that there was mold growing in the wall, and the pipes looked dirty, and the door had a set of stains. The operating theater door had a set of dirty handprints and stuff on it. So if somebody catch something there and die, you're going to charge the doctor for murder? Should the doctor reach into their pocket and buy the cleaning supplies for the whole hospital?
Now, if you're analyzing though, you're going to realize why Suriname is taking this approach right here.
The poverty ambassadors, the people pleasers, and the mediocrity enablers. So 2 things. One, what's the latest with the MV Barima, like what's happening with that case outside of the murder charges and the bidding process that I think started? I don't know at this point. But I saw this article, right, regarding the ferry that runs between Suriname and Guyana. And I went and I did some reading on the ministry's page, and I saw that this ferry is a joint venture between 2 governments. Now, I like that Suriname asks for an action plan, because for me, if you got an action plan without timelines, then you're just selling dreams, huh? My thing is, if one government or one regulating body from a joint venture was able to see that an issue exists in this jointly owned property, and they were able to call out like, hey, shit is about to happen, you need to fix before the shit happens. How is it that Guyana's Maritime Authority didn't highlight anything regarding this vessel?
I'm telling you.
What's going on? Are you guys? Yeah, what's going on? I ain't gonna even try to process any further what's going on. And let's say they did highlight, right? From a public safety standpoint, wouldn't it be wise to make the public aware that, hey, we got to do some work? Just like how I think earlier this year, for a couple of days, the ferry had stopped working because they had to do maintenance and so forth. What happened now? What happened since then? Why I had to reach that another anyway? Yeah, somebody. Good morning.
I'm telling you, embarrassing and very disturbing. Persons just leaving these things to chance. Could be in a worse situation, you know. Could be in a worse situation. But guess what Suriname is saying? Hey, you got to step it up, and something got to be done about what's going on with this boat here, because we are making sure that, listen, this tragedy that went down with the MV Barima, it won't happen with this vessel that we there in a joint venture with, so they got to get some kind of schedule to repair was taking place there. We all think about it. I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call for persons from Suriname and the persons in charge of the maritime and stuff like that over there to say, listen, something got to be done, because as you can clearly realize, in GT they wasn't planning on doing nothing, seemingly, allegedly. Well, guess what? We got some updates coming in from the leader of the opposition. Yesterday we did some coverage where Honorable Mr. Maipal was highlighting what this mother of three and the experiences that she had to deal with while just trying to be a vendor at a school. Persons is pulling all kind of strings, calling in the big boyfriend and all kind of thing. Our sister had to sit down with the leader of the opposition, and this is what she highlighted. Updates coming in from a prior story.
Of the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Mr. Inshan Ayub, the Regional Chairman for Region 3. Yesterday, she received a letter stating that she cannot sell at the Lenora Secondary School anymore. They have 3 persons selling there, 3 caravans. The other 2 caravans didn't receive no letter. But Miss Isaacs, this single mother of 3, received a letter just because she attended a peaceful protest with one of her neighbors living in her community in the same Den Amstel. She attended that protest and she took a picture with me. And for that, they sent her a letter.
So now more of these stories coming out. So now we understand why Sora was acting like that. She can't sell she egg ball. She gotta sell she egg ball to them. She gotta raise your food by $100. This, that, and the third. Could you imagine? So you're not supposed to have no political views, contrary to the present government, allegedly. Because if you do, and you do openly, seemingly these are some of the things you're gonna have to face.
What will this single mother of 3 provide for her children?
For taking a picture.
Why this government, why is it that they continue to victimize persons and oppress people? President Irfan, remember, power don't last forever. Remember, power don't last forever. There may come a time when you might expect help from someone in return. We all have to go to our Creator. We must be kind. We must be humble. We must show empathy to people.
Real thing.
Miss Angela, just tell me what really happened, what transpired.
Okay. So I have been at Lenora School for the past 2 years. From the time I've been there, I have been victimized over and over. And it's by the chairman of the school, of the Lenora School Board. Yesterday morning, I got a call from the person in charge of us, the administrator. And he told me I have to move the caravan out of the schoolyard right now. I have to move the caravan because they're doing a construction work and they need the area to do the work, and I have to move it now. So I went to Lenora School, and when I reached to the school, there were no work doing in the schoolyard. And I called him and I said, sir, I'm at the school and nothing is going on here. I said, nothing is going on here. He said, the work is not for now, it's for later. but you got to move it now. I said, sir, I am being victimized, and you know that. And we had the conversation over the phone. And he said, I am telling you what I'm getting from higher up, and they told me you must move your caravan or the government will put you out. The government will put you out. That is what he said.
PA saying what we see the PPP doing currently is a glaring example of Jack culture mixed with political power on overdrive. I'm telling you, there's a crazy scenario when you analyze it. But as we can clearly hear, the oppression is at an all-time high.
I said, okay. We had whatever the conversation, and that was it. I came home, I made contact with a few people, and saw Mr. Ganesh. Mr. Ganesh called, make some calls, because he advised me to go two ways. You either go public or you can go to the chairman first.
The regional
chairman first. So he called the regional chairman, and the chairman told him, the regional chairman told him the school board gave everybody letter.
The other two persons letter. That's what he told, the chairman told him. Everybody got letter to move because construction work is going on at the area. But
nothing
we visited
like that.
There right? Just now. We visited.
Yes, we visited. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing is going on. And
so the other two.
I called them. I called the number out of a group that we have.
Okay.
And I called and I asked. I didn't let her know what is going on and all. I just asked if you get. She said, the person said, no, they don't know anything about that. Right. And she was like, I said, the others get. She said, no, if they had gotten anything like that, they would have called her and, they would have discussed it because they talk over the phone. She said, nobody else got a letter. Only me.
Oh, my.
Only me. And it's been going on, not only now. This has been going on all the time with them in there.
Wayne, thanks for being a part of this presentation. Wayne is saying the most corrupt government in the world. Telling you. Greetings, we're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Greetings, blessed.
Grand Rising King, what's going on?
Family. How you doing? All the viewers, big up for them and them. Diane, big up yourself. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what guys? You see, I keep saying, and people, y'all got to listen, guys. Y'all got to listen. These guys have all your names and who y'all vote for. So you see the whole fight down you've been getting it. If we can't them man know for them. So they've been fighting you down and now you're gonna pose up to the leading opposition leader. Bro. I try to say this thing is dictatorship and all these other names, bro. But this thing is to me Gambia, and there is no word to explain.
Yeah, very petty and oppressive government, bro.
You talk about, that's why you don't use the motto. We try to replace the motto. One people, one nation, one destiny. They come with one guy, and because just one guy, and yet with one type of people, they people. One guy and one type of people, they people. You see this thing here, you figure this thing what they're saying, you got going into parables and stuff it out in a parable way. Then you're going to see the true meaning behind the words they are putting together and telling you. You see?
Yeah.
This thing, you want to see this thing, give me a headache. And now when I see the real thing, it make me a lot more bad.
Yeah, because the little element there that was highlighted at the fact that okay, she had a picture with Mr. Mohamed. I'm like, oh, till there's how low these people is, they can't get a picture with the opposition leader.
You see what they do with the man that shake the hand and they think they remove the man from that area and transfer him away from his family, all the way away he can travel from you. Bro, they say people come up with a word that to these people, guys, but you're carrying there's nothing but be done.
No words undescribable.
Yo, man, that's what I'm telling you. They do not care about the country, Guyana. They care about themselves and what they resource could give to them.
Clear as day.
Right?
Clear as day.
If they care about the country, Guyana, they wouldn't care about the people. They would have to care about the people.
Wouldn't treat you like that. Mother tree, they could care about them 3 children. Look what they do into the tree. They could care about the fruit.
But this is where people got to start doing. They got to do about Marty that chase them crazy balling out of stuff.
You got to.
When they come here, I got to chase them. You see, like, bro. But you know what thing? You see all the police and them and the soldier. But it can come and there's gonna come a time that you're gonna violate your own family, you know. And that's where you're gonna decide to say you're gonna move this government. Might be too late. You're violating your own citizens due to this government. And you sit down there, you ain't even getting a proper pay. You gotta still look sideways and oppress your people and put them more money. Stand up, bro. I'm talking to the armed force. I'm not talking no more to the regular citizens of Guyana. The armed force, because y'all is doing these things. Some of y'all reach age to retire. They keep pushing y'all like y'all brown clothes. Because why? They have no way to put y'all. So, stand up, bro, and they're listening.
Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in and sharing those insights, them real vibes with us. Big up yourself, Al. You know, as we analyze this thing, if you don't care about the tree, could you care about the fruit, Delta9 travelers? And if you don't care about the tree and you only care about the fruit, what kind of relationship are you going to have with the fruits coming from that tree other than one that is one-sided? You don't care about their well-being. You don't care if they're able to go to school. You don't care about the trauma that is going to cause upon them because it's one breadwinner and you slap him bread out to Sean. You know how much work it is take to make things and sell? Anybody would know the amount of work it is take to make food to sell. Why you going to fight on them people, man? That working an honest dollar, creating wholesome meals for children at a good price so they could afford it and they could go and get a little education. Some people real cruel here, I'm telling you. Very, very cruel. Big up yourself, Patrick. Yeah, road rage is definitely a crime in the US. There's a perfect example of road rage. Patrick is referring to a video that we share at the beginning of the live. Yeah, that's a perfect example of road rage. You hear how much persons he would have, you know, that bring into gunfire and all of them things. Like I know what's going on with that. I really want to see what's the updates coming from that. Because if persons could just drive around and do that all the time in GT and you get off kaya big boyfriend, the country just get much more dangerous. Much more dangerous. All of this is under Mohammed's. They paid Mia Motley, Rowley, Ralph Gonzalez to come and put the PPP in government, allegedly. Allegedly. Rasta Empress is saying, we as Guyanese, not all of us, just bypass things that create so much effects on our lives in our later days. Real thing. We gotta value our experience and we gotta realize that you can't just look and say, oh, this Guyana. And there's how things go. No, 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 no. That's the oppressive system that's been around us for so long. We start to normalize it. And if we don't do something about it, could you imagine what this system is going to be? This system of oppression is going to be by the time our children are our age. If they're doing that to the mother, what are they going to do to the child? Big up yourself, Rasta Empress. So this young entrepreneur is running a successful small business without the help of the PPP government or the business development bank. Before they come and say, look, man, we see you doing a good thing here. Support us like your food, and you're doing it with love. We got an opportunity here where persons like you can access this 3 million and you could set up something for yourself. Do something for your children, them, so that they could come now and they could fall in something. They got a business, they got a source of income, but no, they want to oppress you because an oppressed population is easily controlled and corralled into anything you want them to do. Pick up yourself, PA. We gotta really question this system, you know. How much do they really want to develop you? Talking about development bank, but a person can't even sell on their own and make some money. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. One elite Guyana. No one Guyana. Hysen, thanks for being a part of the live. Plus, being a loyal channel supporter right here. Hysen saying that she agree completely with what PA is highlighting. Big up yourself, P. Alicott. Insights on insights. Frequent travelers, new travelers. Thanks for being a part of the live as we continue with these details coming in from our sister, Angie, and the leader of the opposition.
The chairman took over the school canteen. And the chairman took over the school canteen and he came to my stall and he said, I am running the canteen now. And I am selling food for 600. At that time, I was selling for 500. And if you can't sell for 600, you're going to have to go through the gate because you can't give me competition.
You just pay a vending fee.
$12,000 a week. You don't want competition, so I would have to go through the gate. So
where do you think all of this is coming from?
This here, I am thinking, before I was victimized because I am black. With him, I'm the only black seller in the school. I am being victimized because I am a black woman selling in the school. And that is being straight up. That's what I'm seeing with him.
Gotta be real.
I'm a black woman selling there. Nobody else get problem with him. I sell egg balls, sir. And I fry this at the shop. When there's break, there's a line for the egg ball because it's hot. Teachers and children line up for it.
Purchase from you.
Yes. So one day he come to the shop and he said, I can't make egg ball back. Yes, I can't make egg ball. So I was like, sir, why can't I make egg ball? Because the egg ball that he is selling, that he bought from somebody else to sell in his canteen is not selling.
How could you even come with a conversation like that, Alvin? One of you biggest sellers, a person will come and tell you, hey, you can't sell them no more. How do you even fix your mouth to come and tell people though? Who give you the authority, buddy? You know, it's crazy when you think about it. You selling and another person selling too. And because you got a big boyfriend, you come in and fixing their price at what they're going to sell. Plus you fixing the products and everything that they're going to be able to sell to persons. What kind of world they're trying to create for persons in Guyana? You think everybody is going to take them kind of oppression? They won't. They won't.
I said, but sir, if you all sell good things, your food gonna sell. Your food will sell. He was like, well, I's a businessman. Let me.
People like that you don't want to eat from kind of bad-minded. The mind so wicked, it pass off on the product. So you don't want to eat nothing from them. You don't want to deal with them in business because is mere poverty mindedness they have. Any person that you see dealing in business, and they always focusing on competition and then thinking about creating and producing the greatest product to serve their customer, that's not a good business, because they're thinking more so to take away from others before they're thinking about providing the greatest product for their customer. It's not nothing about competing, it's about creating. Creativity is the key. And if you go, you could check out all of the scholarship coming in from some of the greatest entrepreneurs and apply it yourself, because I had to apply it to myself. And I'm telling you, it's about being creative. It's not about competing. It might sound crazy. Oh, you gotta compete or you gonna... No, it's not about competing. As long as you got a great product, great customer service, great promotion and marketing, watch what I'm telling you. Some of them just bad-minded and wicked.
And he said, what if you make the egg ball for me? In order for me to keep making egg ball, I have to make the egg ball for him. And he will pay me $180 for an egg ball to sell back at profit.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
I used to sell the burger. I don't sell burger anymore. I give the burger to him.
Oh my goodness.
He would pay me less than what I was selling it for, and he sell it for more. I used to make puri for myself. I don't make puri for me. I make puri for him. He is selling my puri.
I think the first step was too far. When you give any person that come in with them bully tactics and them kind of oppressive mindset, the minute you give them one little inch, they come in for 20 miles. Here I tell you, because they realize that you gonna go along with the system that they trying to implement. You gotta bucket from day one, from the jump. You gotta say, hey, don't come to me with them stupidness. From day one, you're supposed to start kicking up a storm, because you know how much money you lose? A whole lot of money. And he still continue to oppress and to tear away at of your ability to take care of your children. Them some people cruel.
And he is making money now off of
What's
me.
his name?
Shazim.
Okay.
I think Nazadine. He now is making money. Yes.
How the regional chairman get involved in this?
The regional chairman got involved because the school, when Mr. Ganesh called him,
could you imagine? She gotta make puri for you. Oh, she gotta make the burgers too. She's supplying you you canteen, and you still trying for coaching, kick shout from the opportunity. Oh, listen, this is very, very upsetting for me. You know why? My parents are entrepreneurs, you know. Shop money raised me, you know. Some people cruel and wicked.
He said that everybody got letter. Nobody else got letter. Nobody else got letter. I am the only person that got a letter.
So the regional chairman lied about this?
Yes. Nobody else got letter. I am the only person that got a letter in that school to move.
But why a letter all of a sudden?
Yes.
That's why you think a letter all of a sudden? Why?
Sir, all this time I'm there, I am being victimized because I am black. I'm telling you, I'm being victimized because I am black. The only thing I could think about that happened between the space of time is a rally that I went to in the NAMCEL, nothing else. And in that rally, I was live, you were live.
The good superintendent
And
protest.
yes, that same rally. That's the only thing that I think could stir up this whole thing right now.
Yeah, but you're his neighbor. He's living in how long he's living in Amsterdam? The good superintendent, Delon.
Oh, I don't know, but probably born and go here. Delon, yeah, he born and go here. I born and go right in the NAMCEL.
Good, so you have a right to go and.
So that is the only thing I would think would stir up all of this, because before then it was nothing like this. I was being victimized, but I know I was being victimized because I am black. And he have that problem with me. And the fact that he wants to put his people in there. And probably he just want to get rid of me. He was trying to get rid of me from in there.
Model village. And people walking around modeling themselves and playing a game like if they really want to help people. Deal with your little clown where you get harassing people at the school now. Because I know they're going to see this. And they probably would have seen what Honorable Mr. Maipa would have highlighted before. Is unity or else is more this for we, you know. Unity or else is more of this for we children, you know. This is not a joke. This is not something to play around with. This is going to affect 3 lives, young lives, in addition to this murder right here.
Yes. But for this to just happen just like this all of a sudden, it's more to it. And it's not even being political, right? I normally would say I'm a GCOM staff. I don't deal with politics because I always work for election. So I don't really go rally and whatever because at the end of the day, you know, I want to make my little extra money on GCOM work for election. So I don't really go out. I only went out there to support neighbor. You know, I went out there for that.
Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Because this is what you love doing.
Delta9, good morning, how are you?
Greetings, Uncle. I feel what's going on. Are you all right?
I have to come into this thing. I see what we need now in Guyana. These PNC people are lackadaisical. Now, after seeing all what happened from the time Darwin Best coming down to see what's going on with black people, you want to tell me up to today, we can't make an association for the defense of black people like that. When you have an issue like that, you take the matter directly to court and let the court see that what they're doing to you is not the same thing they're doing to Indian people. And then you will ask for a compensation.
Yeah.
For
loss of wages and all of them things. Yeah.
Yeah,
losing income.
And then let the court condemn these people for racial discrimination.
Yes.
You have to make an approach, take these matters to court. These people must be condemned for racial discrimination. I don't know, Guyana. I know I see a photograph and tell me mother and Mohamed. So right now I just studying the don't know who is me and
oh boy, oh.
But I look like people die because these people are telling the truth. When you hear them talk about the Bible and Satan and Adam and Eve, I want to believe that they make a mistake in the Bible and make the wrong name. I want to believe that they read Barak and Anil and them people then instead of Satan. Because Satan and Adam and Eve are so wicked. These people know wicked that you can think about, man.
I tell you.
And when they were and they're telling the people underneath to go and do the work, and then they said, oh, they don't know about that. Then people are coming to us, sir. All right, Delta, it's a heart-rending story, but what are you going to do?
Very much so. Big up yourself, Uncle Eiffel. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Insights coming in right there from the elder. Mr. Eiffel, he's saying, listen, we got to organize ourselves. We got to have a structure to this thing. So when things like this happen, boom, we already got certain things lined up, organize a court case, and get things on the way. So persons are going to not be willing to just openly oppress and do wicked things like this to people. This is blatantly wicked. You know, if this was Brazil, is jail with a gun? Brazil don't play around with racism and them kind of thing, you know. You just got to be able to prove it.
You love cooking for the children. The children love your meals.
So
This is your
I am
only source of income.
yes, and as much as I'm studying myself and my children, I am studying the children at the school. What will they eat? Who will they put there to give them anything again? So there is so many voice notes that I can share with you because I asked the children if I could let you listen to it. I know I wouldn't do it on air because it's kids and you don't want them to be victimized.
Victimized the same.
But the children cry out to me. I was in tears last night. These children cry out to me. So they were like, they will punish in here. They said, Auntie, we will punish. You're the only person who used to give us little hot food. They said, we're going to jump over the fence now to go to the mall and look for food because how else we can eat? We ain't eating hot dog and cheese, please, Ole. The other person next to me, they're Spanish. And they're there. And I'm a Guyanese. And I have to be put out. So there is more to it. There is more to it. But I know I have been victimized.
Because of your race.
Yes. I have been victimized because of my race. But if the fact that this just happened just like this, for me to get put out, there is more to it.
And how much children attend the school?
Over 500 children.
Wow.
Yes.
And you will wake up very early in the morning,
3 o'clock in the morning, sir. 3 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed at 11 in the night doing my prep and wake up at 3 to cook. Every
Something
single
you
day.
love doing.
Yeah.
Tell y'all it's a set to walk. It's a set to walk. It's a set to walk is God, buddy. A whole lot of work. And to do it at that caliber. Serving 500 plus persons every day. And persons is enjoying the food that you create. Big up yourself, Angie. And I hope that everything works out and you find a place that you can ply your trade and you ain't got to deal with certain fools like that. You can easily leverage your cooking ability to take care of you and your loved ones.
Yes, I love cooking. These children would never hungry. I would never watch these children hungry no days or no day. I give away free food and everything.
So once again, I'm calling on the regional chairman and the president. The theme for the budget is putting people first. This is not putting people first. This is taking bread out of a single mother mouth. This is what you're doing to this family.
Wickedness.
Single mother of 3. How can we live as a people in this country? Is this the one Guyana you would normally boast about? No. We cannot accept this. And my fellow brothers and sisters, just imagine or just think this can happen to any one of you or your families. So we have to stand up, we have to speak up, and we cannot allow this level of victimization to continue in this country. This is full-blown dictatorship.
Yeah.
I'm calling on the international community to pay keen attention with what is going on in this country. We have police officers are being transferred. When they stretch out their hand just to offer me a shake, persons are being transferred for this. This happened right on the public road, not far from this community, where Superintendent Jaganandan approached me and shook my hand and told me, "Sir, please ensure we have a peaceful protest." And that man was transferred to the TSU. Now this woman attended that protest. She was seen with me. And they told her to remove. I hope my fellow brothers and sisters are paying attention. I don't know. This strategy won't work for you, Irfan and Regional Chairman, Mr. Ayub. This strategy won't work. You're making the people of this country even hate the PPP more when you do these things.
Very much so.
Do you think you will get more votes by victimizing people?
This is why I
You
want
won't
to know.
get more votes. So please.
I want to feel everybody is going to cower to bullies. One thing you don't ever do is cower to a bully. Never you do that. Ever. Never. Never. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. Never you cower to no bully.
Please ensure that you rethink your decision. This woman ain't want no $1 billion contracts.
No.
All this woman wants is to go there, to sell, to
Make
make
some
her
money and
little
go home
income
in
to
peace.
provide for her family. That's all. A humble, hard-working poor woman.
Yeah. And how many other persons are suffering in silence, right? Hoping that, hey, but at least me saying nothing, I could still make a little thing, you know? There's all the places go, but I ain't just go along with it, get along until I could do something better for myself. You know how much other people suffering in silence right now? Hoping that they could find something better and get away from certain situations of oppression like we're hearing right here. It's terrible and it should not be tolerated. Big up to all the travelers that's live with us right now. Who's in the comment section? To everything, there's a season. Time will tell. Powerful point, Hysen. Very, very insightful commentary, Hysen. To everything, there is a season. Time and time will tell, right? Real thing. Marcia is saying Mohamed is a Guyanese. Why public servants cannot talk? Right? To Mohamed, I glad I am not working with the government. Bring the protest to Madia. Telling you. PA is highlighting this. To refer to oneself as black. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bro, this whole thing here, right? Yeah, Mohamed is a guy. In this concern, in the position of opposition, is to hear the concern of the people and bring it to you as the ruler of the country. Or if you don't want to hear it, just let the public know what's going on. So why is it you cannot talk to the opposition? You cannot support the opposition. What is this about? You see, this is what I'm talking about, right? And me and my cousin, the reasoning with it. I said, bro, the reasoning Guyana right now got things. When you used to go to Guyana, I could have said, I got into Guyana with a 500 and have a ball, a good ball back there. Now, what these guys do, they figure out the thing. Because that time now, when you would pay in America for $1, you're going to pay like 50 or 25 cents in the exchange.
Yeah.
What these guys do now is take the dollar and turn it into dollars. So now, when you pay $1, if you go in Guyana and pay $200, which is $1 US, so your money don't pass. You see? And that's the problem they have there too in that field. Then now, you got the farmers, you have all these people, right? Give the farmers a push. Let it farm and tell it, we're going to give you that push. After this push, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Don't come crying for more money. So we're making sure that you farm, that you could be able to farm what you want to farm and give self to the Guyanese people at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
You see? But then you now become your competition with your citizen as the government that you bringing in chicken, you're bringing in cow, you're bringing in this. What the farmer, then the farmer can't do what you're doing.
Real thing.
How they don't survive, bro?
Real
Then
thing.
let me say something. Guyana get a messed up a biggest insurance policy. Now you're insuring yourself, insuring your farm, insuring this. And if something happens, you can't go to them, they don't want to give it to you. They don't want to give you no money. But you getting squeezed both ways. You getting squeezed. You see, this thing is, you see, that's the thing. The Guyanese, from the military down to this, they need to come out, stand up against this dictatorship, this oppressiveness, this Pharaoh, this Ramsey that are leading. Because guess what? Some of y'all even gonna see y'all children grow up. Y'all even gonna see y'all children grow up by some of y'all dead out, get killed, or your children get killed and you got buried them. Ideally.
Telling you, it's a hard reality when we analyze it. Big up yourself, Al. Thanks for calling in with those insights. And remember, Delta9 Media, Team Samsung, keeping us connected. No matter where in the world, this live presentation might be located. Right?
Samsung, keeping us connected no matter where in the world we're located.
As we analyze this commentary right here, this is a powerful piece of commentary. And that's sometimes why even I does desist from using colorable terms to refer to persons. Why? Because when you step into the legal frame and you refer to yourself as BLACK, remember, justice is blind. She can hear, but she's blind. So when you step forward and you present yourself to be null, void, and lacking this, that, and the third, which is all connotations and connected to that term black, in front of any judicial system, and they got you on the record, when you step into the court and you putting yourself forward in colorable law and calling yourself black, you put yourself down right away. But this is something that over time, I think that persons are going to learn enough to just step beyond. You know, big up yourself, P, and thanks for highlighting that. We're going to drop a piece of a video more than likely in this live so persons could understand just how impactful this word black is. And persons create it so that they can categorize a whole ethnicity of people and give them certain attributes that they would have created for them to use as their life experience. I'm telling you, it's very, very devious and drastic when we analyze the reality of what's going on in front of our faces. Thank you for highlighting this point in the comment section. And this is the poll question of the day that's up on the screen. Do the hidden defect report prove the state ignored MV Barima warnings? We play the video highlighting some of the leaked information, right? Now privy to the public to analyze what was going on with the MV Barima on record, so persons know what was going on, right? 88% is saying yes, the hidden defect report proves the state ignored MV Barima warnings, and that should have implications. That should have a whole lot of implications. You know who else got a whole lot of things that we should analyze? What's going on right now with bauxite? We're hearing that Linden getting a big fight recently. What if Linden getting a big fight? You gotta wonder if persons is taking certain steps to harness and control what's going on in that region now, because these are some of the most recent developments coming in about bauxite and the amount of money that's about to go back into that industry. Let me hear some of these details right now coming in from our brother Shalene.
2 diplomats landed in Guyana this weekend. And it's not about oil. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Lando is in Guyana for talks with President Ali, energy, investment, and critical minerals. 2 days before he arrived, the U.S. Department of War announced U.S. $85.5 million government money plus 64.5 million private to buy and expand the first bauxite operation right here in Guyana. Critical minerals, materials a country cannot build or defend itself without. Refractory bauxite goes into aircraft engines, missiles, heat shields. Today, America buys it mostly from China. They want to buy it from Guyana instead. The stated target, 100% of U.S. refractory bauxite demand supplied through this project. What it means for us, bauxite, the industry we thought was buried, is coming back as a strategic asset. And around any mine expansion comes work. Transport, catering, security, maintenance, construction supplies. Your move. If you run a business, start positioning now. Registration, compliance, quality systems. The companies that win these contracts are the ones that were ready from the announcement.
Telling you. New developments coming to Linden. They're about to reignite the bauxite industry. And this time, we're going to be supplying the US. Get ready, Lindeners. Make sure you got your companies and everything lined up, because you should be the ones leveraging a lot of the wealth headed into region number 10 very soon and very shortly. But as we analyze what's going on in business, who else know about this new venture? And what y'all think about it?
Why is Guyana spending nearly $500 million to enter the bottled water industry when many communities still struggle to get reliable water from their taps?
All of the money for enter the bottled water industry, but earlier in the life, for years, persons don't even have regular portable water in their house coming through the pipe. But here how much is being invested to enter the bottled water industry. Things that we gotta pay attention to, you know. When these people talk about putting people first, you gotta realize that it's all about the bottom line with them. It's all about return on investment, ROI. Business as usual, right? Let me analyze it, because earlier we get a chance to hear from persons that were crying out for access to portable water. Hear this.
Why is Guyana spending nearly $500 million to enter the bottled water industry when many communities still struggle to get reliable water from their taps? The government approved 400.
Greetings, Uncle I. You're on to Delta9 Media Live.
I gotta come back because this bauxite thing is history. I don't think you were born at the time.
Yeah.
Now, I had Linden, and the time it wasn't Linden, it was Mackenzie and Wismar. That was the name of that place. It's Bonham who changed the name and put it as Linden.
Okay.
Now, we have the bauxite industry was there, and it was Demba, Demerara Bauxite Company, which was owned by the Americans. Okay?
Yeah.
And you have the Barbies River, Kwakwani Bauxite Industry. The name was Alcan, which was owned by the Canadians.
Okay.
And the sugar estates in Guyana were owned by Bucors, which was an English company. Okay? Now, Mr. Bonham decided that he wanted 51% shares in everything, and the people didn't agree, so he nationalized all three. Okay?
Yeah.
After he nationalized his industries, they put the people out. The people decided, between them white people that decided between themselves, we ain't going to buy nothing from Guyana. So we had low foreign exchange because of that.
Okay.
Okay? Now, Mr. Bonham decided that we go eat or we produce. That is the way how you see we come into this rice flour and cassava flour and these kind of things.
Okay.
Then he decided to join with the other Caribbean people and they formed this CARICOM. Okay? They also formed this CARIFESTA.
Yeah.
They also formed Caribbean Development Bank. Now, there's a lot of things went on, and you, the young people now, who are under 50 and so on, under 60, and so, they don't know what happened. Right?
Yeah.
Now, after all of this, the government decided that, look, we're going to produce and so on. That's the way you see Guyana start getting housing scheme. When you start making this house, you get start getting West Room, West, this room, West, and all kind of thing housing scheme.
Okay.
It was under the leadership of Mr. Bonham. When he had a program that we're going to house, feed, and close the nation by 1976. I was a little boy at the time. He implemented his national service, and he started with this cotton plantation up the Kanji Creek, a place named Kimbia. And the Sanata textile factory that Bharat sell or give to his friend, no name, I can't even remember Babi Ramu, I can't even remember the name. That Sanata textile thing was processing our local cotton we used to produce back in Guyana, you know.
A lot of things now, a lot of things lapse and left to not know.
Well, what happened in Guyana over 50-something years ago before Bonham died, you understand me? Is history, and I don't see we going back to that stage because at the time was without money, you know. We don't have no money. When Bonham was tractor and son and any agricultural machine, he go and buy it with sugar and with backside and so on. It's so you see, he used to trade. He said, we have the money to buy, but we want this and you want that. You want the backside and we want the machine. We gonna pay your backside. It's so come things start happening.
Yeah.
But after Bonham died, the next president that went in there high, he did something what pleased some people, but it didn't please me. He went and he took the IMF loan. And the IMF loan agreement was to devalue the Guyana currency by 33%. So it's under the PLC. I mean, I'm a black man, I tell you the facts. What went on?
Yeah.
Under the PLC and Hinds, what took the IMF loan that they had to agree to devalue the Guyana currency. And why I was telling you that? Because I used to run a mega farm at the time, a mega poultry farm.
Wow.
We used to be taking those eggs to a man named Songapat had a hatchery. We used to rent that hatchery.
Yeah.
And we used to travel down every week and take eggs there to hatch.
Okay.
Now the eggs will take 3 weeks to hatch. When we tear down there Saturday morning, when we go down there 3 weeks after, we just collect them baby chickens and we just sell. We used to supply baby chickens to Guyana. We see Guyana get chicken started and so on now. It's lack of interest in the people. So go back to certain things because the chicken business was a tough business. In that you gotta go into it in about, let me say, about 8 to 10 months without seeing any money, you know.
Yeah, because the birds gotta grow and then the chicken gotta sell.
You gotta make the pen and then you gotta feed the chicken and chicken in the holiday. It's like now you get automatic thing. We had an automatic water system, but it still used to connect to barrel and we have to do put up the barrel every day. Now, a lot of things, what tell you, there's a lot of things that Guyana used to do. You hear? 50-something years ago, before you all in man.
Yeah.
If you see, these PNC people, the old followers, explain to the people what used to go on in Guyana. Those days, everybody would have voted PNC. Come to the Indians. But everybody trying to put a blanket over themselves. They want to be a leader. This Bonham guy used to what I'm telling you today. And what is everybody in Guyana right now, and none of them can fit into that man's shoes because he was about the country and the people. He wasn't thinking of pulling no friend packet.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to these old PNC people. I can tell you the fact I was a little child at the time because I wasn't even 15. There was a, you ever hear about a talking car?
No.
I was good. I'm going to tell you something now. Guyana, the other thing that Guyana, the duty, customs duty you got to pay to vehicle to our vehicle and so on is very high.
Yeah, it is.
You know who implemented that? Bonham implemented that. You know why? He said, put it up and develop the country. We don't want fancy car, we want tractor and truck and combine and this kind of thing. He said duty free concession to all agricultural machines and any vehicle for luxury purpose is 300%. You had a man who had bulldozer and corn dragger working at Denver at the time. And this man brought in a car because working with company, he could afford it. Yeah. And the man bringing a talking car was a Laurel, and Nissan Laurel. With a device that is fitted onto the car that when you drink, it won't start. And when the man jump in, when he drink, he come and jump in the car. We as little children, we used to black for the long car here. This thing coming on. I refuse to start you are under the influence of alcohol. I refuse to start you are under the influence of alcohol.
Okay.
And the car wouldn't start, you know.
Yeah.
All the technology and everything that tell me over 50 something years ago story.
Wow. In Guyana.
Yes, in Guyana. These people you see criticizing Guyana and criticizing Bonham now. None of them must get 50 years. And Bonham did go 50 years. None of them get the age to know what was going on. If you see all them things that happen with all the factories open, glass factory to get vehicle, factory for export prefabricated houses. And when the police in Oriala, when the Oriala police station was built by a prefabricated house, we used to export prefabricated house to the Caribbean.
And look at what we're doing now.
Guyana was so self-sufficient and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
That you don't have to depend for no. The only thing when you see, I think we used to look for outside was in South. But we used to produce the old coconut oil. Everybody in Guyana, youngest, grew up with coconut oil. Then all of a sudden, the Americans come to the thing, coconut oil is healthy. You guys use corn oil. People start going and buy corn oil and start going to coconut oil for long. Right now, you're hearing coconut oil is the best oil.
The best. The best. They was making we a fool. Yeah, they was making we a fool so that they could get it cheap. Because it's always been one of the best and most nutritious oils to use. Corn oil in itself, if you use it, it could cause you to contract cancer because of the way that it, when you fry with it. Yeah.
I'm sorry that no elderly person in this PNC or any elderly person there could sit down and streamline these things and let people know about the terrorist activity that was going on in the 70s and early 80s by the PPP. When I'm telling you terrorists, you see the terrorist activity that you see the people in Gaza and their position.
Yeah.
It's for the PPP used to come behaving Guyana, you know. I am telling you the fact. When I joined the police force in 77, we had to be in line police all the time for over a year. All over the estate in Guyana used to be set afire. The AMPs used to be set afire by the PPP.
Wow. The same person who claimed that they care that much about sugar now, right? It's funny.
Exactly. That man who you see Bharat, I know Bharat gets 60 something. Bharat gets 60 something. Well, he's part and parcel of it. Because PNC had a place in Georgetown. I can't remember if Camp Street or something because it's small. They had a place in Congress Place.
Yeah.
The PPP burned it down. There's a PNC headquarters, they burned it down. They want to see everybody fighting for. They had a bigger packaging plant in the Caribbean for Guyana rice, so we used to package Guyana rice and sell all over the Caribbean.
Okay.
They burned that down. I was just in school at the time, and the thing took 2 weeks to burn.
Wow.
2 weeks to get to one. The amount of the voter distrust, you see, Nandlall might know because he's not of the. But I can tell you the fact of what was going on in Guyana. You had a young policeman, let they have one on the ground, let them toll station to repair to the construction of the quarantine highway.
Yeah.
You had a young policeman named James Henry. He was about 21 years or 22 years away. The PPP shoot the man and kill you, you know.
Uncle Alfred, when you come on this live and you start dropping these gems, I really appreciate it, you know, and I know a lot of the viewers appreciate it because these are some of the insights that is missing.
Exactly. Most of the people talking, they don't know what they're talking about. If you see Borno was still alive, Guyana would not have been in this state. But nobody else can tell you that you take what I'm telling you. Not no Herman, not no Nathan, not no Jado. None of them is thinking about the development of the country. What are they looking about? Who's to get fame and who's to full pocket? But I'm used to the selling newspaper on the street. But I'm used to the selling newspaper down. Or the PNC paper was the nation. But I'm used to be selling it. It's a sad story, you know. I'm telling you, as an elderly, I'm telling you, I'm very, very disturbed about the way Guyana going, and nobody is not in a position to string it along. During the last election campaign, one person said one thing that interests the country, and that person was Mohamed when he talked about opening an aluminum plant at Linden. And that was the only thing in the whole political campaign where everybody is talking what makes sense. Everybody else is talking cash grants and so on. Guyana doesn't need cash grants. Guyana needs an increase in salary.
Real thing.
And these people, they will not increase the salary because it shows how slaves in the public service.
Cruelty.
They give grants to fishermen. You don't get black people there, you know. They give grants to rice farmers. They don't get black people there, you know. A lot of things, they're streamlining these things, going directly to where you see the Indian community are going. This man here, he has a genocide softly prepared against the black people. In the early 2000s, they used to shoot out the black people then. But now you find that starving them to death is easier. And people can't say nothing.
Yeah.
So you go starve them to death. That program with that lady with people there, you make up your mind, Barak, you make up your mind, you go starve black people to death. That's the way how they put in the genocide, you know.
It's crazy.
Then come in and shoot it. Then come in and shoot it. And you don't keep them watching and see what's going on. We got after 4 years more suffering till the next election. What are you going to do?
I'm telling you.
And hold on, before going further, if you see, they had digital voting, Barak and PPP couldn't have passed. Why? Because a majority of Indians don't know to read and write, you know.
Okay.
Especially the elder ones. I know what I'm saying. And now, if they have digital voting, they couldn't win, number one. Number two, the only way for PPP lose this election now, you know it's why? Is if you see the Muslim community reform what they had in the 70s, a group called the Guyana United Muslim Party. Yeah. Because as a small child, I remember listening to election results. You had the PPP, the PNC, then you had the United Force, and you had the United Muslim Party. Now, if you see that this Muslim Party, that was out 50% of the that is in the PPP. And that's the only way man to give the election. No other way. All right, I'm gonna feel it simple, sir.
Big up yourself, Uncle Eiffel. Thank you very much for taking a couple seconds or a couple minutes at this point out of your very busy schedule, because you're elder every day and all your time is precious. We want to thank you for coming on this live and giving us that kind of insights that can only come from the elders. Right? Y'all ain't really going on in Guyana around them time. And all of the things that persons are now playing a game, but it's good when we get a chance to hear from elders so we could realize that it's years now persons going on with a set of a set of nefarious activities. But let's hear what some of the youths highlighting right now, because it's intergenerational, you know. It's holistic. Everybody coming together and analyzing what's going on and looking to the future and saying, hey, something got to be done. Let me hear what's going on with the investments into bottled water, and people ain't even got portable water.
Guyana is spending nearly $500 million to enter the bottled water industry when many communities still struggle to get reliable water from their taps. The government approved $496 million Guyana dollars for a state-owned bottled water facility operated by GWI. The government has defended the plan by saying Guyana is a water-rich country and should not be importing bottled water. But here's the problem. More than 95% of Guyana's bottled water market is already supplied by local producers. So where exactly is the crisis that requires taxpayers to spend almost $500 million for the government to enter this market? That is why the Guyana Manufacturing Services Association is calling for the project to be reviewed. Their concern is that taxpayer money will now fund a government-owned competitor against Guyanese businesses that have already invested in workers, factories, and distribution. Government should be creating the conditions for Guyanese businesses to grow, not competing against them. But the bigger issue is priorities. GWI's first responsibility should be having every Guyanese household have safe, consistent, and clean running water. A bottle of water sitting on a supermarket shelf does nothing for a family that turns on its tap and gets no water. So should the priority really be bottling water, or should it be treatment plants, facilities, pipeline storage, and reliable water supply for all Guyanese families? Because bottling water and solving Guyana's water problems are two completely different things.
And let me not forget that the microplastics that comes from bottled water, check it out for yourself. Hazards of using plastic bottled water. I'm not going to speak on it because it's going to sound like if it's something that I am highlighting. But if you check it out for yourself, you're going to understand the implications that can bring. So before we even get into portable water, before we even get into people getting the right amount of water coming through the tap so that they could live some kind of normal life, we're hearing that the same companies making some big investments in bottling water. Minister of Health, how could that make sense? How could that make sense, Minister of Health? Shari, thanks for being a loyal channel member. Shari saying the last caller dropped some real gems, some of which I'm aware of because of my age. LOL. Big up yourself, Shari, and thanks for confirming what Uncle Eiffel was highlighting right there. You understand me? Greetings, Cheryl. Thanks for being a loyal viewer. Plus, moderation on the live presentation. Right? Good morning to all right thinking Guyanese, grand rising to my people. Guyana is in a serious crisis. I'm telling you, as we continue to analyze these very important and trending headlines, do hidden defect reports prove The state ignored the MV Barima warnings. 87% is saying yes, 13% is saying no. That's the poll question that is up for this live presentation. And that's how persons feel about what's going on right there. 87% is saying yeah. They ignore what went down. We had a chance to hear the brief that was revealed just recently, and persons are now analyzing these details, trying to figure out how could this amount of negligence just go unchallenged. People trying to figure out, like, yo, they had these reports all the time and they wasn't doing nothing about it. Crazy when you think about it.
No matter where in the world, we love Guyana. What are your colors? How do you represent? I love Guyana. Order yours today. We ship worldwide. Delta9 Media.
One love, one people, the mission complete. One love, one flag, one nation, right? Under the stars, divine presence in the sky. Unity, no war, let the children thrive. Power to the people, we keep hope alive.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.
Flight has landed right here on Delta9 Media for this live presentation. I want to thank every person that was with us for just a bit more, like 2 minutes. We said 2 hours and 17 minutes so far, right? We just over that quarter hour period, 2.25 hours, right? Live with you, just highlighting the headlines. Big up to all of those who were with us throughout the entire presentation. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. It don't cost you nothing. Just thumbs up the video, help to boost it in the algorithm so that persons all over the globe and in Guyana will be able to stay updated with these important and trending headlines. I want to thank all the persons that call in and made this live presentation what it is. All the moderators, all the frequent travelers that are in the chat right now. I want to thank you for being a part of this live and for making this live presentation what it is. Big up to all of those that are going to catch it in the rewind in the future. Thumbs up the live, subscribe, and make sure that you look out for all the notifications, because listen, we got so many updates and we will be uploading these videos throughout the day. We'll be live again at 6:30 p.m. giving you all the updates and headlines that came in between that time. One love to all the frequent travelers. Thanks again to everyone that participated in the live, and big up yourself. I'll catch you in the next one.
100% wild-crafted CMOS. Only the best, 'cause you deserve nothing less. 8 Butterfly.